Peace, peace, family. This next video was titled, My Homeboy's Son is Gay. I got a homeboy that I grew up with. You know, it's one of my day one homies. We go way back. Way back. And we go way back to the Big Wheel days. And my homie has 4 sons. And growing up, we grew up on the block. I had my dad, he didn't have his dad in his life, but he had his mom and his grandparents, and, on our block, a lot of people had their families. It was a family block. I'm a little older, old school. And as we start getting older and start having children, a lot of our children grew up together and was around each other. But my homeboy, his second oldest son, was never around. He never brought him around. We never really saw him, but we saw all the other ones. So to make long story short, because I really want to drive this point home, because I think it's important that I have this conversation. One day I was driving and I seen his son's mom in traffic, and she saw me. We spoke to each other, and she was around the corner from her house, so I followed her. And when I got to the house, she said, "Hey, you want to see such and such?" So, he came down. When he came down the steps, he gave me a hug, and I can tell that he was gay. I went back to confront my homie about it, and we got into a big argument about it. Now, mind you, this is one of my day one homies. We're close. Like, we grew up, crack era, 90s. We done did all kinds of things together, all kinds of things you can imagine. We've been, we've been involved in. So I can get in this personal business because that's my family. And I said, "Yo, why you never bring such and such around? What's up with you, man? We don't play that. Y'all know how I am about my kids and how I am. Well, all my homies is like that, but he never brought this one around." So we got into it. So I said, we all know what he is. We can clearly see what he is. And he was like, "Man, I can't fuck with that." He was upset. And now this is one of my homeboys. I don't never know him to neglect his children. He don't get down like that. But this one son, "Man, I don't get down like that, man. I can't rock with that, man. Man, my son, man. My son gay, man. I can't believe this." And I'm upset with him. But I'm not looking at my homeboy and seeing how upset and hurt he is, right? Now, I want y'all to stay with me. Anybody that's from the gay community, I want y'all to listen. Take your emotions off for a minute and listen, because I'm teaching for a minute. He was upset, angry. I mean, to the point where we didn't come to blows, but it got loud, like we was going at it. And I'm telling him, "Man, fuck that. Man, you know we don't play that, man. We ran these streets, but we take care of our kids, man. We always for our kids, regardless of what." So as it's getting heated, he looked me right in my face and said, "Man, what the fuck you want me to do? Man, how a gay son come out of me?" He said, "Look at me." He said, "Every time I look at myself and then I see that boy, man," he said, I can't even look at him because I feel like I failed something. Something was wrong with me. How can I put a gay child and his mother, and she give birth to him? I'm not gay. I never even thought about being gay. How the hell did I have a gay son? And when he said that to me, he was crying. Now, mind you, he got 3 other sons. He was crying. And I never thought about it like that from an aspect of being a man. And he told me, he said, "Your sons is straight." And he said, "George, I know you. If one of your sons was gay, how would you take it?" And I thought about it. I said, I probably would be upset. I would be angry. I'd be hurt. I'd be everything. I probably would still love him because he's my son, but I don't know how I would handle that. If we just gonna be honest and just have a real conversation, am I homophobic? No. I have gay people in my family that I love. I have gay first cousins that I love. But if my son was gay, if he went, my honesty, I don't know. I would love my son, but I don't know how I would be able to handle it, right? And he was crying. He said, you think I don't love my fucking son? You think I don't love my son? I love my son, but I don't know how to love him. And I was like, and we just sat there and we both cried together. I said, damn. And a lot of times nobody ever thinks about psychologically what the gay son goes through, and then also psychologically what the straight father goes through. I think that people think that black men are not allowed or not supposed to be human or have emotions or have feelings. We're supposed to do everything the way that the world tells us to do it. But I looked at it from his perspective, and he said, I love my son, but I don't know how to love him. I don't know how to. And it was a struggle. It was a struggle. This was 3 years ago. And the crazy thing is, after that argument, he started to talk to his son a little more, bring him around. We had a big barbecue, and he was there. And the crazy thing is, out of all three of his sons, this son is a spitting image of him. I mean, his twin spitting image of him. And I just want to say to dads out there that may have a gay son, regardless of what, your son still needs you. Your son still need dad's advice. Your son don't get a chance to pick their parents, man. And I know as a black man, as a father, I can't tell you how to feel, but I just hope that you will still try to love your child. And when my homeboy said that to me, and this is one of my day one homies, I know his character. He looked at me in my eyes, he was crying. He said, how do I love my gay son? I don't know how to love him. Now, some people would have been angry and would have came with judgment, but I didn't. As a straight man, I had sympathy. We live in a society, understand, we live in a society where since we were born, we were told that homosexuality was wrong. We was told that homosexuality was an abomination and it was against humanity. This is what we were taught. We was told that a man kissing another man or a man going into another man is an abomination, is wrong. It goes against nature. It doesn't produce legacy. It doesn't produce life. So how do you all of a sudden expect us to just flip a switch overnight and just be okay or just be normal with something that we was told was unnormal? It doesn't make my homie a bad person. But I think that him and his son needed therapy, because he doesn't have to condone it to still love his son. You can't, I just feel, you can't, I got cousins that I love to death. I can't ungay them. They're just going to be gay. I still love them. They're my aunts and my uncle's children. They love their family just as much. They love my family, our family, just as much as I do. They contribute to society. I can disagree with homosexuality. I think it is against nature. I think it is all those things. But I still love my family. Regardless of what I might say about homosexuality, you can't mess with my gay family members. I'm going to bust your ass. You can't mess with my gay family members. I love them. But I still disagree with homosexuality. So it's a slippery slope, and it's something in our community that's never been dealt with. It's never been talked about. And my homeboy, man, a masculine brother from the streets, you know, having 4 sons and a daughter, and one of his children is gay, that devastated him. And the crazy thing is, his first 2 sons, they was born 2 weeks apart. So, you know, like I said, when he first was born, he had them all the time. And then, you know, it was like, you know, thought that maybe him and, you know, his baby mom fell out. But once it was like noticed that the son was being this way, he kind of like distanced himself from him. And I want to say, I just want to just reiterate the fathers out there, like, listen, man, you got to be in your son's life, man. Like, I can't tell you, you know, it's a slippery slope, man. But I just tell you, from me, if my son is not gay, but if he was, It will be difficult, but I think that I will still love them. But I think that we gotta be able to control our communities and our neighborhoods, man. And listen, gay people has always been in our neighborhoods. We can't act like it's not been there. It's been there. And I know it's the embarrassment of being a father, being a masculine man, and you've been told in society that you're supposed to be a man. Legacy, you want children, grandchildren. And as a man, you got a gay son. I get it, bro. I get it. And society want to tell you how you should feel. I ain't here to tell you that. But I just hope that I hope that you can find ways to like love your son, because my homie struggled with that internally. And when I confronted him about it, he got real belligerent at first, or real angry, real mad. Then he broke down crying. He dropped his shoulders and he broke down crying to me, because he didn't know how to he didn't know how to deal with it. And he never had nobody to talk to about it. And because of that, his son suffered by not having his father in his life. So I tell people out there, stop being so judgmental. Sometimes just sit down and listen to the heterosexual, the father, and listen to his feelings. Because like I said, in society, we've been told that gay is wrong. And for me, I'm telling you, I don't agree with homosexuality. Right? I don't think that is right for our people. I think it's a legacy killer. All those things. I feel that way. But I'm not anti my people. I'm not going to not love you because you're gay. I'm not going to not hire you because you're gay. I'm not homophobic. I don't care if you sit right here and you sit down and you're gay. And no, I don't care nothing about that, because I know that there's a difference between a gay agenda and actual people in our community, or some of our actual gay family members. It's a difference, man. So like, and we got to be able to separate the two. We got to be able to separate the two. So I just wanted to just do this short video, and I titled it "My Homie's Son is Gay." And hopefully some of y'all can maybe relate to this video, and maybe try to work things out with your children that may be struggling with their identities and things like that, because this is something serious that's in our community, and it's an issue that's never been dealt with. And there's a difference between the gay agenda and your gay family members. So remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.